You are now watching FC Barcelona Central, and it is a Champions League match day. But the headlines are not only about the Champions League, but also a lot of them it's about the injury crisis that's threatening this week. I am Pedro, also known as Orrutio on TikTok and Instagram. But Hansi Flick also concluded his final training session before facing Olympiacos today, and it's not the news what he really wanted it. And let's start with Rafinha because the Brazilian suffered a right hamstring issue earlier, like a few weeks ago. He did not participate with the team in the training, and his 3 weeks recovery time seems to be in schedule, so he will most certainly be on the sideline. The second player is Ferran Torres, who returned early from the international duty with a left hamstring overload. He did not train. He continued to feel discomfort after being a late scratch at the Girona match. Barring that last minute miracle, if happens, both players are expected to be left out of the squad to the Olympiacos game. The club is prioritizing their health and being cautious to maximize their slim chance of being fit for El Clásico this Sunday at the Santiago Bernabeu. But with Robert Lewandowski and also Dani Olmo out, the attacking options for the Champions League match are thin. The projected starting points are mostly of reserve. We will have Marcus Rashford virtually guaranteed starting as a number 9, with Lamine Yamal returning in the right wing. The two main questions here is the media punta, the attacking midfielder, and the left wing situation. Flick has experimented notably with the forward line of Lamine Yamal, Rooney Bardghji, and Marcus Rashford. This would see a very young Swedish Bardghji occupying a less familiar position of the left wing. I mean, there's also some midfielding options. This alignment will free up the young Pedri and Fermin to control the midfield. However, it is also possible that Fermin Lopez could start on the left wing situation, leaving the midfielder in a structure like they did against the Espanyol, Casado, Pedri, and De Jong. Flick also continues to call academy players, including Dro and Tony Fernandez, both who have already started their senior match this season. They are a key emergency option for either wing on the attacking midfielder. The last game, you have to remember, Tony Fernandez was the starting false number 9 kind of center forward position. The Champions League suddenly becomes a high-risk scenario, and the club must win to secure a good position in the group stage, but it must also protect the few remaining attackers ahead of the Real Madrid showdown. It is a very, very weird and scary place. While we focus on the state of the attack, there's also a critical question in my mind about the midfield. The slow burn return of the future of Barca, Marc Bernal. Despite being fit and having trained normally since the summer, the 18-year-old Marc Bernal has only accumulated 21 minutes across 3 matches this season. Hansi Flick and the technical staff have been deliberate on his management, insisting that he will not play meaningful minutes until a year full has passed since his major knee operation. Flick confirmed that he still does not see the midfield they're ready for high-stakes game. He said, and I quote, we have to take care of him. We are not convinced that he is 100% ready to play these games. They are always very tough games. And seeing the matches against Villarreal or others, it is not the best time for him to return and plays because of the intensity. And I quote, Flick noted that Bernal's return has been managed differently from Gavi's because of the rapid accession, kind of the similar accession that they had when they both came up. The coach believes that Bernal needs to improve in training and that the current pressure is too high. He also said that I quote, "I will find games for him to gradually return. He also has to improve in training, and he's not at his best level for the big matches. We have to help him improve, and that's what we're doing for now," Flick explained. The coach has full confidence in Bernal's future as a team attacking midfielder, which is why he blocked a loan move for the summer. However, it is the result often that are very, very tight. Flick has been unwilling to risk the youngster, even in a second in second half chaos. We will have to wait and see how he follows the Gavi precedent and how he integrates Bernal more in a fully, when we're looking pretty thin in the midfield. So I mean, it might be time for him to play him. He's a really big body, and he could really definitely be the future of this Barcelona. And to top it off, La Liga has released the schedule for March 13, and once again, the scheduling seems to be favorable to another team, and that another team is our biggest rival. For Barcelona, Barca will play Athletic Club on Saturday, November 22nd, while Real Madrid will play later on Sunday, Elche, at 9 p.m. their time. So just like during the Champions League periods when Barca has to play early to get some rest, the scheduling ensures that the Barca capital team always get the most advantageous rest window. This trend in La Liga and the league, to prioritize this primetime schedule for Sunday nights for Real Madrid, often at the expense of the fairness to the rivals of European commitments. I mean, listen, this is nothing new. La Liga does not care about the Champions League schedule or any of the scheduling, so they're going to schedule the games however they see fit. Might not be fair for some teams. It's kind of tricky to get there. I feel like we're splitting hairs at that point. But the team is definitely walking a tightrope. This Champions League match is crucial, but El Clásico is right around the corner, threatening to define the season very early on. Flick must find a way to find a win in the group stage of the Champions League, and also using some unexperienced players. While we're praying that Ferran Torres and Rafinha can make a fast recovery for the Clásico. And without Ferran and Rafinha, who do you think should start alongside Marcus Rashford at the Olympiacos match? I mean, by the time you see this will be after the game, most certainly. Should Lamine Yamal and Fermin Lopez should be on the starting lineup, or should he bring them up off the bench like Hansi Flick did last game? Let me know. What do you think? I mean, listen, that's all what I have for today. Tomorrow, I'll give you a video about the recap of the Olympiacos game and slowly starting looking ahead for the El Clásico this Sunday. My prediction for this game, I think 3-0 Barca. Yes. I mean, we definitely have to concede a goal. So, 3-1 Barca, 2-1 Barca, 3-1 Barca. 3-1. Anyways, oh no, interesting. 3-2 will be fun. Anyways, until next time, Visca Barça.